Education is empowerment, a universal right that strengthens not only individuals but communities. And yet our youth are often unprepared to face life's challenges, as they are surrounded by systematic barriers that only increase with our more vulnerable demographics. We must address the core needs of our youth by equipping them with the knowledge to overcome those barriers and reach their full potential. Join us as we take off to youth mental wellness and educational empowerment.
The personal and social skills required for youth to function confidently and competently with themselves, other people, and with the wider community is severely lacking, as traditional learning techniques are quickly being outpaced by the demand for more adaptable, resilient, and inclusive generations. With increased reports of anxiety, depression, and other mental illnesses, it is becoming increasingly more evident that as a whole, our society has not been supporting our most vulnerable.
70% of mental health problems begin during childhood or adolescence. An estimated 1.2 million children nationally are affected by mental illness, and yet less than 20% will receive the appropriate treatment. 63% of youth point to stigma as the most likely reason not to seek help. Globally, COVID has affected over 500 million learners, preventing youth from attending class, engaging with peers, and accessing educational materials.
The continuing uncertainty and change in lifestyle has left students feeling isolated, unmotivated, and anxious, causing increased negative effects on mental health. TakeOff seeks to help youth 10 to 17 with access to digital devices improve their mental health by creating an online platform where they can learn about and connect with the 7 pillars of wellness and the associated life skills. Combining a variety of learning techniques, TakeOff is a web and app-based digital solution, promoting increased independent functioning, social competence, and overall quality of life.
Identifying content in relation to the 7 pillars of wellness, participants actively engage in integrating wellness practices into their daily lives in a progressive, game-like fashion. Through asynchronous, pre-recorded content, participants are supported to explore their feelings, subjective thoughts, and create meaningful insights to journey topics. Skills will be identified, demonstrated, broken down, and an understanding of the applicable nature will be outlined. Combined with synchronous group learning, participants engage in a coach-facilitated forum conversation, shifting thought processes from strictly interpersonal insights to a more broad, objective community approach. This peer-to-peer co-production within a safe, supportive, and inclusive space is key to continued wellness development.
TakeOff applies validated learning practices in an innovative and engaging way, emphasizing a program foundation of unconditional positive regard, meaningful recognition, and self-driven concepts. We will successfully foster the want within our participants to apply the skills and knowledge gained today to live more effectively tomorrow.
To help us understand how participants will benefit and engage with the TakeOff app, we would like to showcase how Jim, a current student, interacts with TakeOff. Jim is a 14-year-old male high school student and is logging on to the TakeOff website for the first time. Here, Jim is able to download the app, find out key features, and sign up for an account. Additionally, Jim can view his flight path tracker and is introduced to Gil, his wellness co-pilot, who walks him through accessing possible daily tasks, community chats, and the current journey he's on. Jim has always enjoyed time by himself, but with increased social distancing, Jim is feeling some negative effects. He is more withdrawn from family, has lost motivation in school and hobbies, and often feels hopeless. As Jim settles into the TakeOff platform, he gains access to 7 journeys representing the 7 pillars of wellness. Jim quickly gains interest in the journeys surrounding social and emotional wellness. This will bring Jim to pre-developed video content that outlines various phases and material for Jim to reflect on. Once he is done viewing the content and has been guided in understanding of learning concepts, he will be able to click the next button and enter into a peer-to-peer discussion forum. Within the forum, Jim will be able to gain a greater understanding of the journey's topic through dynamic discussion with peers. The forum is facilitated and monitored by trained coaches to ensure the authenticity and safety of discussion. Coaches are introduced and actively work to put participant growth first and maintain forum goals in a healthy manner. Jim will move between pre-developed content on his own time and have various opportunities to produce diverse insights through progressive forum discussion. Each forum topic directly relates to the learning and skill application techniques in the preceding content. Once Jim is on his wellness journey, he can update his flight path. Here, Jim can select 2 or more tasks for the day. These tasks are tailored to fit Jim's current journey, and the variety presented offer flexibility to fit Jim's life. As Jim completes these tasks, they will get checked off and the corresponding feathers will get added to his profile. Throughout his journey, Jim also starts to engage with the community chat tab. Here, Jim can post his own content by starting threads. He can also comment on and like others' posts. At the top of the chat, there is also the ability to search threads by wellness themes. To help support Jim integrate daily wellness tasks into his everyday life, TakeOff has a simple-to-use flight path app. Here, Jim will be greeted by his co-pilot Gil, who will help keep Jim on track as he works toward unlocking progress feathers and community badges. Together, Jim and Gil will access all of TakeOff's content through his mobile device, and with Gil's helpful reminder, Jim will be supported throughout his wellness journey. To help a diverse age group understand the life applications of concepts within our programs, we relate all of our learning objectives to the 7 pillars of wellness, demonstrating the practical application and growth potential of life skills such as empathy, self-control, and creativity, and then relating each skill to a pillar of wellness, like social or emotional, increases the scope of our participants' understanding. Additional associated life skills and wellness pillars can include the intellectual pillar, with decision-making and problem-solving, the physical pillar, with assertiveness and self-control, and the environmental pillar, around ethical and inclusive attitudes. Participants' progress is not solely based on the informational aspect of content, but the process in which it is applied and practiced throughout the TakeOff framework. This framework can host a variety of soft skills that employers find integral for entry-level employees.
5 years from now, over 1/3 of skills that are considered important in today's workforce will have changed. As current youth enter the workforce, business leaders, educators, and governments are all actively hiring persons with critical thinking, communication, and emotional intelligence. Supporting youth to integrate essential life skills proactively prepares them for entering into the workforce, allowing them to contribute to a progressive and healthy society. In response to this growing societal need, new potential solutions seem to emerge almost daily. Government funding, corporate social responsibility, and public education programs. The reactive and temporary nature of many initiatives often leaves core needs of youth unaddressed and often adds confusion when accessing relevant resources. TakeOff's unique process of individual, community, and actionable learning in a single comprehensive and engaging platform gives our participants ease of access that fits into their busy lives. Our solution rewards both daily and lifelong application of content, but in a way that doesn't feel like work.
To ensure an appropriate understanding of our demographics' needs and associated barriers, we have based our solution on youth with access to digital devices, but this does not mean our solution is limited. TakeOff's key concept and skill development process is highly transferable and can be adapted into various low-tech platforms, such as email, SMS, and radio. Content can be tailored to align with the needs of a global market with an emphasis on diversity and inclusion. Improving foundational personal skills have shown to augment one's capacity to prepare us for the pressures of life, aiding in the prevention of health and social problems and the protection of human rights. TakeOff's participants will become empowered and driven as they are recognized for growth, not failure, becoming confident and competent as they successfully start their journey of lifelong learning, overcoming barriers, and reaching their full potential. So join us as we take off to youth mental wellness and educational empowerment.